Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. You don't want to miss this deep dive into the dark world of power and money. Trust me, after this, you'll never look at politics the same way again. Imagine a system where every decision made in government, every law passed, and every policy enacted doesn't just serve the people, it serves the people with the deepest pockets. Sounds far-fetched? Sadly, it's not. Welcome to the shadowy world of corporate lobbying, where billions of dollars are spent not on products or services, but on influencing the very rules that shape our lives. Lobbying isn't new. It's been around for decades, quietly shaping decisions behind closed doors. But in the past few years, the scale has become staggering. Corporations, from tech giants to oil conglomerates, have perfected the art of buying influence. They hire armies of lobbyists, former politicians, and PR experts to craft laws that serve their interests, laws that often leave ordinary citizens completely powerless. Take a moment to think about it. Every time a politician announces a new policy, how often do we wonder who's actually pulling the strings? Who's quietly writing the rules while the cameras are focused elsewhere? Because make no mistake, money talks. And in politics, it speaks louder than the voices of millions. Lobbyists don't just meet politicians, they cultivate relationships, build trust, and plant ideas. It doesn't stop there. The fossil fuel industry has funneled hundreds of millions into lobbying campaigns to shape climate policy. And while the world suffers, these companies continue to reap enormous profits. Meanwhile, we pay the price, literally. And it's not just about money, it's about access. Lobbyists gain access to the inner circles, to the meetings where decisions are made. They whisper in the ears of lawmakers, craft talking points, and even draft legislation themselves. In many cases, the law isn't written by lawmakers at all. It's written by the very corporations that stand to benefit. One of the most shocking examples comes from the financial industry. After the 2008 crisis, billions of dollars in taxpayer money were used to bail out banks. But did the laws change to prevent the same disaster? Not really. Lobbyists ensured that new regulations were watered down, loopholes remained, and executives could continue risky practices. The people who caused the crisis weren't punished. They were protected. And it's not just the big scandals. Lobbying is happening everywhere, in every corner of politics. From local zoning laws to massive trade agreements, corporations are quietly pulling strings to ensure outcomes favor them. Every time you buy a product, pay a utility bill, or fill up your car, there's a chance that the price, availability, and regulations were influenced behind the scenes by lobbying. Here's something that will really make you pause. A 2020 study showed that in the United States, the average senator is contacted by a lobbyist every single day they are in office. Every day. That's hundreds of conversations over a single term, all with one goal: to sway policy in favor of special interests. Think about the sheer scale of that influence, and what it means for democracy. Think tanks, PR campaigns, sponsored research, they create narratives that make corporate interests seem like public interest. A law that benefits a corporation might be presented as a necessary measure for job creation or national security. Most people have no idea it's a carefully engineered illusion. What's even scarier? The system is designed to make you feel powerless. Transparency laws exist, but they're often weak, filled with loopholes, or buried under tons of paperwork. By the time you read a disclosure, the decision has already been made. The law passed, the deal done. The game moves faster than the public can keep up, and most people never even see the pieces being moved. So, the next time a politician promises change, consider this. Who funded their campaign? Who advised them in private? And most importantly, whose interests will actually be served when the dust settles? Because in the world of lobbying, the most powerful players aren't always the ones in office. They're the ones writing the invisible rules behind the curtain. And now, as we dig deeper, you're going to see how far this machine reaches, the shocking lengths corporations go to secure their power. Now, let's pull back the curtain even further, because what you've seen so far is just the tip of the iceberg. Behind every policy, every law, every public debate, there's a careful orchestration of influence that most people never see, and even fewer understand. One of the most insidious tools in the corporate arsenal is what's called astroturfing. It sounds harmless, maybe even silly, but the effect is anything but. Astroturfing is when corporations manufacture the appearance of grassroots support. Fake organizations, paid advocacy groups, social media campaigns designed to look like public opinion. They all create a mirage that convinces lawmakers and the public that their policies have overwhelming support, when, in reality, it's carefully engineered by corporate money. Even food and beverage giants have employed it to influence health guidelines. It's not just influence, it's manipulation. The game isn't about persuasion anymore. It's about creating an alternate reality that benefits the few, while the rest of us are left chasing shadows. Here's where it gets even darker. Some corporations don't just want influence, they want immunity. Take the case of big banks, insurance companies, and pharmaceutical giants. Lobbyists ensure that regulations are written in ways that protect companies from lawsuits, shield executives from accountability, and maintain profit margins no matter the consequences. Lives are impacted. Communities are affected. But the people behind the money? Untouchable. And you might think this is something happening far away. Washington, London, Canberra. But it's not. Every corner of government, every level of politics, has been penetrated. Local councils, state legislatures, trade commissions. They all face the same pressures. Lobbying has become so sophisticated that even seemingly small decisions, like zoning laws or school funding, can be influenced by corporations with a strategic interest. But the most chilling part? And because many of these lobbyists were once politicians themselves, they speak the same language, share the same networks, and understand exactly how to influence without being obvious. It's a loop that protects itself. A self-perpetuating system that becomes harder to challenge every year. It doesn't stop with laws and regulations. Lobbying shapes public perception too. Big corporations fund studies, sponsor research, and place strategic media campaigns that frame their narrative as truth. Climate change, health policies, technology oversight, all of these debates are influenced by entities with a vested interest in one outcome. But here's the glimmer of hope, and it's an important one. Awareness is power. Grassroots movements, investigative journalism, and public scrutiny can, and do, push back against the influence of corporate money. Every call, every vote, every petition counts. It's not hopeless. Not yet. Because when citizens demand change, when we refuse to accept decisions made behind closed doors, the machine begins to falter. Laws can be rewritten. Regulations can be strengthened. Revolving doors can be slowed. Lobbying doesn't have to mean corruption. It can mean influence, but influence for the people, not just the powerful. So, what does this mean for us, day to day? It means questioning. It means looking deeper. It means asking who benefits from every policy, every law, and every headline. It means not just consuming news, but analyzing the interests behind it. And it means using our voices, collectively and persistently, to hold those in power accountable. Because at the end of the day, democracy isn't a spectator sport. It's a responsibility. And while the lobbying machine is powerful, it's not invincible. Every citizen who educates themselves, speaks out, and engages makes it a little weaker, a little less untouchable, a little more accountable. So, the next time you hear about a new law, a policy change, or even a corporate announcement that seems inevitable, remember this. There's a story behind it. There's a network of influence, strategy, and money driving decisions. And understanding that story is the first step toward reclaiming power, not just for ourselves, but for society as a whole. If this video opened your eyes, if it made you think about the hidden systems shaping our world, then take action. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone who needs to know the truth. Awareness is the first line of defense, and together, we can start to pull back the curtain on the lobbying machine, one layer at a time. The fight for transparency, fairness, and accountability isn't over. And the more of us who pay attention, the more the powerful will know they can no longer operate in the shadows. So, stay informed, stay curious, and never underestimate the power of your voice. Because the lobbying machine is strong, but informed citizens are stronger.